Hi everybody, welcome to your math lesson for the day. It's me, Miss Devlin, and I am here to teach you about all the numbers that go between 10 and 20. And most of those numbers are called teen numbers because when we say them, we hear the word teen. For example, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, which isn't a teen number, but it is the end of our counting for today. Now, all you need today is the worksheet that you could have printed off, or you can just make your own like I did. So you're gonna write your name at the top and then number it 1 through 8. And at the bottom, I just want you to leave a little bit of a space for a picture that you're going to draw at the end of this lesson. Now, Mrs. Lynch taught you how to do the 10 push-ups. We're gonna practice that again today because that's gonna get our brain thinking about teen numbers. Remember, when we start at 0, we just count normally, like 1, 2, 3. But remember what Mrs. Lynch said, when we get to 10, we're not going to say 11, we're going to say 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3. And you're gonna find out why we say that. All right, so let's just get our brains going, put those thinking caps on, get those hands up. We're gonna start at 0 and we're gonna count all the way to 20, okay? Remember, each time we count, get that push up in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, your hand should be up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4, 10, 5, 10, 6, 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9, ooh, it was tricky, and 10, 10. Or we could say 2 10s because that makes 20. Now, give those fingers a little shake. That was a little bit tricky towards the end when we were counting. But you might be thinking to yourself, why are we counting that way? When we count normally, we say 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'm here to show you why. So, before we write anything, we're just gonna do a little warm up and I am going to show you a game called Hide Zero. Some of you may have seen this game before, some of you may not. I want to show you 2 numbers. One of those numbers is going to be the number 10. The other number is just going to be a random number. So take a look at this number. We know that's the number 5. Now I have a 10 and I have a 5. I'm going to use this 5 to hide the 0 in the number 10. Who can tell me what number I just made? If you said 15, you are correct. If I have a 10 and I have a 5 and I hide that 0, I have made the number 15. Let's try another one. I got my number 10. And I have the number 4. I'm going to hide that 0. What number do I have now? If you said 14, you are correct. Nice job. And in the word 14, we can actually hear the number 4. It's the number 4 on its own, but when we hide that 0, it is the number 14. 14. So 10 and 4 is 14. Let's do a few more now that we're getting warmed up. Got my number 10. Now I have the number 7. Let's hide that 0. What do you think it's going to be? Boom. Ah! Who knows that number? 10 and 7 is 17. This is another number where you can hear the 7, but it doesn't say 17 until it hides that 0. 17 right there. We'll do one more to warm up, and then you're actually going to be writing your answers on your paper. So we start with our 10. We have to hide that 0. I'm going to hide it with the number 9. What is it going to be? Let's hide that 0. What number is that? That is the number 19. We hear the 9. Once we hide that 0, it becomes 19. And this means that 10 and 9 is 19, okay? What I would like you to do now is pick up your pencil or whatever writing utensil you have and put your finger under the number 1. I'm going to show you two numbers. One of the numbers is going to be the number 10, and the other number I'm going to use to hide the 0, and you are going to write that number right in that spot. So here we go. Let's see what our mystery number will be. I have the number 10, and I have the number 3. If you know what the mystery number is going to be, you can write it down now. I'm going to hide the 0. What number do we have? You know this number. Go ahead and say it out loud. This is the number 13. Now, what you're going to do, let me get my marker cap off. You're going to write the number 13 where the number 1 is. So I can see it's a 1 and a 3. 13 was our first number. I wrote it right at the top. Okay, we're gonna do another one. Number 2. Once again, we have to start with our 10 because in order to make a teen number, we have to hide our 10. So let's hide our 0, not hide our 10, hide our 0 with the number 5. Now, if you know how to write this teen number, go ahead and write it down. I'm going to hide this 0. Boom. What teen number did I just make? Go ahead and write that down where it says number 2. And go ahead and say this number if you know it. This is the number 15. 15. All right. We're gonna start to pick up the speed now that we're getting the hang of it. If you need to pause this video to write your numbers, you can go ahead and do that. All right, we know we have to have the number 10 because in order to make a teen number, you need the number 10 because we have to hide that 0. So let's do, I'm trying to find a good number. Got one. All right, I have a 10 and a 7. If I put these numbers together and I hide that 0, what is our new number? Go ahead and say it out loud or in your brain and then write it down. This is the number 17. You can hear the 7 in the word 17, but remember, it doesn't become a teen until we hide that 0. All right, next one. Let's do 10 and 6. If we have a 10 and a 6, and we hide that 0, what is the new number going to be? Write it down, say it out loud, or say it in your brain so you're practicing saying and reading these numbers. I'm going to write mine down. You should have the number 16. Pat yourself on the back if you were able to do that before I did. Hoorah, nice job. Moving on. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Here's a 10. Here comes our new number. What could it be if I hide that 0? We have a 10 and a 4. Write it down. Boom. I hid that 0, so I was able to make the number 14. So write that down where number 5 is. And in this one, remember, you can hear the number 4, but it doesn't become 14 until you hide that 0. Moving along, we have 3 more. Let's do a big number. We have 10 and we have a 9. What could they be if I hide that 0? Go ahead and write your answer before I show you. What is this number? Write it down and say it. If you said the number 19 and you wrote it, you got it. That is the number 19. You can hear the number 9, but it doesn't become a teen until you hide that 0. All right, 2 more. Let's do, whoops, dropped one. This one. Here we go. We have a 10. If I take this number, I'll give you a hint. This is number 8. If I take the number 8 and I hide that 0, what does it become? Go ahead and write that number down and say it if you know it. That becomes the number 18. 18, once again, you can hear the number 8, but it doesn't become an 18 until you hide that 0 in the number 10, because 10 and 8 added together is 18. All right, final one that is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to tell you why. So we have 10, but this time I'm going to add in the 2, and I'm going to hide that number. Now, go ahead and write this number down. This number is actually a rule breaker, because when you take the 2 and you hide the 10, we don't say 2-teen, right? Is this the number 2-teen? No, it's the number 12. This number is a rule breaker. 10 and 2 more is 12. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. We don't have another one, but same thing with this number. If you take the 1 and you hide the 0, we don't say, you don't have to write this one down. We don't say 1-teen, do we? Nope, it's a rule breaker. This is the number 11. Okay, now on the bottom, you have a space for a picture. You get to choose any of the numbers that we did, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you can stop the video and do it on your own. I'm going to choose the number 17. I have to draw 17, and since it's math, when I do math pictures, I like to use circles. Now, what the directions say is I have to draw my picture, but I have to circle the group of 10, okay? So I'm gonna start my picture. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to circle my group of 10. Now, I drew my picture the 5 way because it's really easy to see groups of 10 when I do 5 on the top and the rest on the bottom. Now, I remember I'm trying to draw the number 17, and I already have 10. So what is that other number I hear in the word 17? And if you don't know, you can just count on. I already have 10, so I'm going to keep counting. So I put 10 in my head. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ta-da! I have 10 and 7 more. That tells me that I have 17. And whenever you do a math problem or math picture, you should always check your work. So I'm going to recount them. Once again, I don't have to count the ones in here because 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom tells my brain that I have 10. So I don't have to start at the number 1. I can just put 10 in my head and count on. Here we go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I checked my work. I did it. I have my picture. Now it's your turn to choose any of those numbers and draw your picture. Once you have that, go ahead and take a proud picture, upload it to your portfolio. I hope you enjoyed learning about teen numbers today. I can't wait to see your work. I bet Mrs. Lynch, Mrs. Hanson, and Mrs. Fernandez can't wait to see what you did today. And thank you so much for working hard. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully you will see a video from me next week. Bye guys.